Hello, I'm Tiffany Brown-Bush, LPC, and owner of F4L Integrative Therapy. I'm the primary therapist, and I'm also the founder of Fit for Life. And I wanted to jump on and do what I call an F4L Integrative Therapy Clinic Minute, which is where I pick a topic and I just share a little bit about kind of what my approach is, and in the hopes that I can kind of shed some light on something in a way you hadn't thought about it before. Before I get too far into today's topic, I want to encourage you to find me on Instagram or on Facebook or Periscope. On Periscope, and let me make sure I've got this right, it is at Fit for Life, that's the number 4, T Brown, and that's the same thing on Twitter. And then on Instagram, you can see more of the activity at our fitness studio, which is Fit for Life NC. And visit my website, www.tiffanysfitforlife.com and www.f4lwithtiffany.com. So what's today's focus? Today is Workout Wednesday at Fit for Life, and I get asked primarily by people who maybe are more traditional therapists how fitness and then nutrition and supplementation all integrate with mental health therapy. And I'm also currently training to become a naturopathic doctor to kind of blend in a lot of the functional nutrition work that I've trained in the past. And I can't emphasize enough that it all comes together. Now, most of what I've been trained in as a therapist is eating disorders focus and disordered eating. So a lot of my clients come to me because they feel like they're either abusing food, they have something that looks more like a food addiction, they're bulimic, anorexic, binge eaters, compulsively and emotionally eating, some sort of maybe non-specified disordered relationship with food. I get a lot of clients that are coming to me with the interest and support around that. Or I get clients that are struggling with anxiety disorders, depression, ADD, which is attention deficit disorder, or ADHD, which is the same thing with a hyperactivity component. And what I want to say is with the mood disorders especially, it's very evidence-based to use exercise as an intervention. If the client is struggling with anxiety, social anxiety, or attention deficit or ADHD, the exercise helps them with, one, burning off that extra energy, okay? So if there's a lot of anxiety there, working through that extra energy with some of the more steady state exercise options, meaning maybe it's longer running efforts or longer cardiovascular efforts, things that on a bike, those kinds of things where they can sit and they can do like spinning, something where they burn through a lot of their energy for a longer period of time. That works really well. For clients that come to me with pure just ADD, attention deficit issues, I look at the fact that their brain needs a little bit more norepinephrine and epinephrine, just a little bit more of an adrenaline push. Same thing with clients who are struggling with depression. They need a little bit more support around getting the feel-good chemicals, releasing the endorphins. We need to push on those. So we're looking at serotonin and dopamine and seeing what can we do to kind of shift things a little bit. That's where the HIIT training comes in, so high-intensity interval training, and so short bursts of high-intensity exercises to flood the brain with a lot more nourishment, get blood flow and oxygen there, and get the brain to kind of push on the hormonal piece with the adrenaline and get that norepinephrine and epinephrine going. Those clients feel a lot better if they get some really good music and they get some high-intensity, short-duration exercise going. Now, how does this relate to the bulk of my clients, which are struggling with food? Now, if the client is struggling with binge eating, emotional eating, anything along the over-consuming piece, along those lines, overconsumption, exercise is really good because it has an appetite-suppressing component, so that's good. Oftentimes, clients, when they say that they've abused food or binge, they're not as likely to use as much food if they're exercising, so it helps from that perspective. A lot of times they're struggling with some mood piece, so if they start to feel better as a result of exercise, that also helps us as well. Now, if the client is having a lot of problems around body shaming, body image, body comparison, those types of things. Getting into the body and just doing something that makes you feel good about the body. Maybe it's dancing. We teach a lot of dance classes at Fit for Life, and it helps with that mind-body connection, and it can allow the individual to see their body a little bit differently than they have previously. So exercise plays a really important role there. A lot of times when people are in the binge purge cycle and they're anorexic, exercise is contraindicated, and some people do use exercise as a way to purge food. So they over-exercise as a way to eliminate. Then exercise is contraindicated up to a point. There are things like Tai Chi and yoga and deep stretch that are really good for those particular individuals, and I do use that because I still need them to be able to connect with their bodies while not abusing exercise. As long as they're not low weight, that ends up working out really well. Okay, so I'm hoping that helps. I hope that the intersection between movement and mental health and nutrition, for that matter, make a little bit more sense on this Workout Wednesday. And until next time, live fit.